Visit us at podlanderpresents.com to find information on all of our shows. Wrong side. Oh my God. Smells like both root beer and weed.
I told you it's good.
Yeah, we're going to give it a go. Oh, here. Sure you don't miss this, Foley. I got a fancy glass.
And some ice cubes going. Okay. All right. Before we do anything else, let's just take a minute to go, oh, thank God.
It was good.
It was
a good episode.
It was a good episode. Mm-hmm. I still have some notes, but they are mild notes.
Yes, mild.
They're like mild plus preference.
Yeah.
Right? Like some of it is, I would prefer something else. But even the things where I was like, nah, were reasonably well executed with one exception.
One glaring exception.
One mustache emoji laden, like,
why?
Screams producer interference.
But everything else
screams. Just one scene that's like, hey, just so you're aware, Ronald Moore's not responsible for this one. You can tell because nobody's talking like a human being and everything is stupid. Anyway, Patty, welcome to Podlander Drunkcast and Outlander Podcast. I'm Allison.
I'm Julie.
We are talking about Season 8, Episode 7?
8.
8?
In the Forest.
In the Forest, which I saw that title and I was like, oh, God. What could this possibly be? This is going to be dumb.
No, it was good.
No, it was good. And in fact, it's naming the episode In the Forest is both a good way of summing up what the episode is really about at its core, its heart, right? And a sick-ass burn.
A hilarious line reading within the episode, a callback to that.
A sick-ass burn is what it is.
It's great.
It's the episode going, oh, in the forest, in the forest, in the forest. Just like when Jamie is like, I'm having big feelings, but I'm going to play it cool. Sure, yeah, we can go hunting. In the forest. I'm gonna cry. It was so funny and good.
Yes.
This episode is directed by Tracy Deer, so I think we can all now say last week, Tracy Deer, innocent. I don't know what the fuck happened, but that woman innocent, because this episode was very well directed.
It was great. A lot of really good hot piss, two-hander scenes.
Yes,
just
like,
fucking great.
Not plot driven, certainly like impacts the plot in a lot of different ways, but this was a character episode, not a plot episode.
This is the kind of episode that I would not complain about the action not moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
Because what's happening is all the hot piss, which is what we crave from this show.
Well, and the storyline that matters, or the storylines that matter most are moving forward.
Or getting deeper,
right?
A greater understanding.
The relationships, not the American Revolution.
Except for Brianna creating the gun that single-handedly
But even that is still character, right?
Yes.
It's Jamie learning something about his daughter and Jamie learning something about the man who raised her and finally fucking catching on to something that like,
we've been like, Jamie,
come on, man. Like, think about, I understand your suspicion. Anybody would be suspicious in this circumstance, but it is dedicated to his daughter. Frankly, I'm calling a little bit of bullshit because
he should have asked
Jamie
about it.
Would have asked.
He would have asked what Deadeye meant.
He would have said, Claire, is this you?
And
Are
she
you
would have been
dearest
like,
Deadeye? And she would have been like, no, that's Brianna.
Well, I don't think, maybe, did you think Claire knew about Deadeye? I mean, that was when she was a kid, right? And she was Claire was around.
There's no way that Frank taught Brianna how to fucking use a gun to the extent that she knows how to use guns, and it just never came up.
Right. And also, I'm sure that Frank sometimes around the house just called her Deadeye for something. Like if she dropped something and missed it, he'd be like, good job, Deadeye.
If it was something where he was confident that Brianna would know what he meant, it has to have been at least somewhat commonly used.
Right.
You can't expect kids to remember everything from when they're like 7 years old, you know?
But if Claire saw Deadeye, we have to presume she's looked at this book. We know she has.
I mean, we know Brianna hasn't.
Right.
So maybe Claire hasn't either. But again, Jamie would ask.
Yes.
If you assume the only person who has looked at that book is Jamie, which, does that seem a little bit out of character for Claire in particular? I understand Brianna not wanting to.
Mm-hmm.
But for Claire, it seems out of character for me. But for Jamie to not ask, that's the most out of character.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, he's figured it out now.
Yeah.
He did the thing in Finding Nemo when Dory learns how to read the word Sydney, and then all of a sudden all of her memories come back.
Yes.
Sydney. And then he was like, oh, right. Okay.
Oh, yeah, I get it now. So this show opens with, let's split it into the plots we want to discuss. So the plots we're going to discuss are Marcelly, quick. Roger and Fanny, we're going to kind of blend them together because they fit together in this one.
Yeah.
Jamie, as much as we can on his own. So that's like militia shit, kind of Ridge shit.
Mm-hmm.
Then Willie. So that's a lot of shit. And then Lord John and Amaranth is wrapping up at the end because we want to end with the Lord John cliffhanger.
Right. Yeah. So, you could break this episode down by character, and we could still have that be the order through which we explored things, and it would be great, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, even the characters who don't get a ton of screen time, if they're in this episode at all, I feel like they get at least some depth, right? It's very Rachel and Ian light, and we still get good Rachel and Ian content.
Amazing Rachel scene with Fanny.
Yes, yeah. Right? So like, it's everybody gets at least a moment, which is great. But just to make sure that we don't go 2 hours on an episode that's mostly hot piss, because you know how we do.
Yeah, we will go hot piss on hot piss.
We are going to sort of look at it all through those lenses.
Mm-hmm.
So
Marcelly
all of that is to say, if we were talking about the best scenes in the episode and that's the order we were building, we'd be putting this one near the end.
Yes, we would.
We watched it and I was like, ooh, best scene of the episode. And it's not correct. There is a different scene in that episode that's better. And that, friends,
is saying something.
Yeah, that's the mark of a good Outlander episode, is what that is. Ronald Moore. Thank you for your work, sir.
Thank you. So even before the credits, we have this great scene between Marcelly and Jamie on the ridge out at Fergus's gravesite. And it's the two of them talking through. And what we come to learn in this scene is, first of all, Lauren Lyle is that bitch forever.
Oh, she's so good.
But she's going to take the money from Count Saint Germain, and she's going to reopen the print shop.
Yeah. She has a great monologue about deciding she wants to reopen the print shop because it's what the kids want, but it's also something that feels important for her. It's not just to honor Fergus's memory. And I know last week I was screaming, "Go to the ridge! What are you doing? Just go to the ridge!" Because now she's a single mom
with
once again 2 jobs, who loves her kids and never stops.
Of kids,
yeah,
and one on the way. We learn.
Yep, fine little baby for Sully. Oh, yeah. I was sitting there thinking, what are they going to call this baby? Okay, well, it's probably going to be Fergus Jr., right? But what if it's a girl? Fergie. She's Fergalicious. Does this baby happen in the book? No, of course, because Fergus isn't dead. Fergus isn't dead.
Oh, Lord, I'm not getting back into that wormhole. Yeah. Anyway, so Marcelly's going to take the money. She's going to reopen the print shop, and she's about to have another baby.
And she's going to give us a great scene that allows way more emotional Fergus closure than the fucking greatest hits montage, than the in memoriam sequence.
So true.
Whose fucking idea was that?
It was a bad one. Anyway, she really does just such a great job of showing her resolve at moving forward, and the scene that she has with Jamie is really cool too, because she's there with a purpose, and the purpose is to get Jamie to say Fergus was my son, so that somehow these words can float up to wherever Fergus is, and she can go, okay, so I'm taking that money now.
Well, because it's evident to everyone. I think it's more like she was explaining to Jamie why she was conflicted, because she assumed when she said he wasn't sure he wanted to take it, that Jamie would understand that it was because he cared so much about being Jamie's son. And when Jamie is like, oh, it makes sense, that's he would not have liked the Comte Saint-Germain's morals. I wouldn't have wanted to be related to him either. And she's like, you're a fucking moron.
You moron.
Listen, does moron run in the family? Is that where my husband got it? R.I.P. babe. But like, why are all of you men such fucking idiots?
It's because he loved you.
You know what? It's enough to make me consider religion, because the only man on the ridge who isn't a fucking moron right now is Roger.
I know.
Does God have something?
So Jamie figures it out and it's like, oh yeah, no, you're right. I loved him. He was my son.
Yeah,
he was my son.
She says this is why. It's because he fucking loved you and he didn't want that. And you can see him like have a big feel about that. Yeah. And then he says, yeah, the son of my name and my heart.
So that's adorable. And then he's going to stay for a little bit longer. And she's like,
somehow maybe
deuces.
Jamie's like Sam's like fourth best scene in this episode.
He had a lot of good ones.
Very good in it.
He had a lot of good scenes.
Anyway, it's a great scene. It's exactly what was needed after that last episode, to the extent that it sort of makes me wonder if this was a late ad, if Ron Moore was like, God, they really fumbled the bag. Let me just stitch something onto the front. And although it is also theme setting, right? Fathers.
Yes. And we get a nice little button on it when Marcelly sends him away so that she can talk to Fergus alone. And she just has this kind of very heartfelt and sweet kind of chat with him. And it's so, you can tell what kind of a sense of humor their relationship had. And it was lovely.
She says something like, you couldn't resist leaving me with a parting gift, could you?
Yeah.
And it's very funny and sweet, and like Lauren Lyle fucking, if this is her final scene in the show, and I'm guessing it is, because what's she gonna go to Savannah and back?
Marcelly, the greatest hits of Marcelly, everything you ever did. When you killed that motherfucker on her surgery table,
you hurt my mom.
Greatest hit.
Your early Chaos days,
greatest hit. When you left the Ridge and everybody got dysentery, greatest hit.
When you came on our podcast and said that you saw a map of the Ridge and then walked up to Caitlin O'Ryan and said, Caitlin, do you know you live in the barn? That is forever one of my top moments of ever interviewing anyone ever. It was so wonderful and delightful.
All right. Well, if that's a wrap on Lauren Lyle, we love you. You represent what is best about the show to our show.
Yes. Yeah. And have never missed. And we've always been glad to see you. And you did, this show asked a lot of you and you fucking always knocked it out of the park. A real one. Cannot wait to see the rest of your career.
Cheers.
Cheers. Lauren Lyle.
Okay. And then we've got the credits, and then the little credits nugget is Jamie doing, I presume it's Jamie because it's kind of old man fingers. And he's tying some hand-tied flies.
He's making his very special father-son fly fishing lures.
At one point, I said to Allison, I was like, I think this is going to be the Ken Burns baseball episode of Outlander because it's going to be all about dads.
Parentheses, complimentary.
Yeah, in a good way, but all about dads. Just dads. So here we go. Dad's getting ready to go fishing.
So our first father in this case,
Roger.
And there are two, and really sort of three in this, because we've got, you know what? Fuck it. It's 4. Remind me when we get to the only really bad thing about this storyline.
Okay.
That the fourth father is related to that. So there is.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Roger, the actual dad, right? Literal dad. We see Jamie leading Mandy around on a little pony at one point. We get a shot of very tall Jim.
Yeah, that's right. It was long hair.
He's growing up. He's hitting Stranger Things territory, baby.
He is.
That boy is 17 years old. No, but he's like clearly grown a lot. And he looked very cute. Anyway, hanging out with Uncle Buck in church. Yeah. But yeah, Roger is a dad, and he knows how to, and a teacher, and he knows how to talk to kids. So, and
he's about to be Father Mackenzie, kind of.
Yeah, sort of. So that's dad 1. Dad 2 is dad, the God one. Like the father of the Son and the Holy Spirit, right?
Yeah, the Holy Father.
There's that dad.
Okay.
And then the third dad is Roger, the father figure, as a soon-to-be ordained minister and all-around good guy who has a couple of tough conversations with Fanny. So the inciting incident of this whole subplot is some little shits down at the old Hiram Crowby, now run by his wife, anything you want value emporium.
Right in the middle of the downtown square.
Yeah. some dumbass kids read the pamphlet. The Jane is a sexy murderess pamphlet.
Yeah.
And we're like, your sister's in hell. Now, some might say that sounds like an unrealistic amount of teasing, to which I will say, in the 90s, kids used to tell me that I was going to hell because my parents were divorced.
Oh, boy.
So, no, that was very familiar. I was like, it could have been worse. My sister could have been a murderess.
Yeah, I guess.
Not having to go to divorced kids counseling where they would pull my brother and I out of class once a week to sit with the other one child in our elementary school whose parents were divorced while somebody made us talk about our feelings.
What the hell?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Like, I don't know. It's mostly good news. And they were like,
note in your permanent record, she thinks too much.
Yep. Anyway, so Fanny
is very sad, and she did hit hit
one of them, and Rachel, bless her heart, because this is also our most significant Rachel moment in this episode,
and it's really good.
And it was nice to have Izzy Michael Small on hand to do some acting.
Mm-hmm.
So she finds Fanny very upset. And it's like, hey, babe, what's the matter? What is troubling thee? And Fanny says, I clocked this kid because he was a piece of shit, but also is Jane in hell. Holy shit, I'm so sad.
Am I going to hell? Is Jane in hell?
And Rachel says, funny that they should ask. I am actually pretty religious. Don't know if you know. Different religion though. But I'll just say, not everybody who reads the Bible knows what the fuck they're talking about. Basically, it is one of several very good progressive sick burns in this episode.
Yeah.
But Rachel is like, not everybody who reads the Bible
knows what it means.
Knows what it fucking means and understands it even remotely. Right? Which is true.
And then she's like, you should go talk to Roger because he really knows. He's about to be ordained and he might be able to help you with these kind of questions.
And she knows enough about Roger to know that Roger is going to handle that appropriately rather than trying to be like, hey, so let me spoon feed you an answer that I think is going to make you more comfortable. She's like, why don't you take these questions that you have and go to someone who has some authority and who I know is not going to be a piece of shit.
Right.
And ask him, which is great advice.
Mm-hmm.
Just really, I just love that character. So Fanny does eventually go to Roger. It looks like she's gearing up to talk to him, and then she realizes that he is singing. Thank you, Outlander Season 8, for giving us one more go-round of Richard Rankin singing.
He has a lovely voice.
It's very sexy. Like he has a very melodious, it's just that then Beautiful. You add the little burr.
Mm-hmm.
I hope he gets a lot of work after this. Anyway, he's also a very good photographer. I follow him on Instagram. Who knows what he's going to be doing? Oh, yeah. You should look it up. I know you're not on Instagram anymore, but maybe he's got a website or something too. He's a very good photographer. So who knows what he's pursuing after this? I don't watch enough British TV to know if he's putting in work on other things.
I don't think he's going to be hurting.
Regardless. I mean, they're all going to get con money for the rest of their lives now, right? It's like winding up on a season of Doctor Who.
Richard Rankin is at the height of his motherfucking powers right now.
He's just so handsome.
Yes, he's very handsome. He's very funny. He's charming. He gonna land on his feet.
Yes.
He's gonna be good.
Anyway, I hope he gets a lot of work. So in the first scene, it looks like Fanny is maybe coming to talk to him about these questions, but she gets drawn up short when she's listening to him sing this hymn that has a line in it about the son and the father who loves him, or the father who loves his son, something like that, right?
I think it's the father who loves his son, and she's like, what about his daughter?
And she says, well, he may love his son, but I don't think he cares about his daughters very much. And Julie and I, both of our jaws went, and then some moths flew out.
Little feminist coming through.
Yes, it was great. So that's our sort of second, oh, wow, Outlander has bars moment in this episode. And it's great. And he says, well,
he actually doesn't really answer that question, which is funny to me. He's like, you know what? You should come to...
He says something and she says, are you going to be different once you're ordained?
Right.
And he's like, no, it's like, you know how Mr. Fraser carries a sword to everybody, so everybody knows he's a leader. I'm going to be like that, only the sword is the fact that I'm a minister.
Yep.
And instead of leading people into battle, I'm leading them to God. She's like, well, maybe they should give you a sword too, just in case. And he thinks that's cute. And he asks if she wants to talk about something else, and she kind of runs away.
So he's feeling her out. He knows there's something deeper there. She has not asked the actual question, which is my sister in hell?
Yes.
Right.
And then there's a brief little moment of him telling everybody he's going to be ordained, and name dropping, and apparently famous historical religious figure. Yeah, Jonathan Edwards. Right, because we were thinking there were lots of different John Edwardses that came to mind.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, mostly I was thinking the hair.
Yes, the politician.
Yes.
So Jonathan Edwards, I guess we learned in the chat, thank you everybody, was a theologian. How do you say that? Theologian of his time, like well known. He was going to be somewhere in the area, and he was just going to, pop on over and ordain old Roger. So cool. And he's in the church when Roger's giving the service. So does that mean that Roger's already been ordained, or was that the ceremony?
I think that was the ceremony.
Kind of a bummer that there wasn't a little bit more made of that, because it just kind of felt like a gathering, like everybody was just doing their normal Sunday thing as opposed to something special for Roger.
Yeah.
Anyway.
There was a lot of sort of nonverbal, verbal in that I'm singing a hymn, but nonverbal in that my acting is about something else entirely. Acting going on in that scene, like
everybody looking at each other, happy.
And like happy for Roger.
Right.
And, yeah. Mm-hmm. So that part of it was nice, but I remember really loving the ordination scene in the book, and this was not that.
Yeah.
But it's fine. The important moment of the scene, other than the fact that it is happening, is that you see Fanny open the door, and then she hears that fucking lyric again, and she nopes right on out. And Roger clocks it. He obviously can't go running after her right then.
Yeah, he's in the middle of something.
If it was a normal service, maybe he would have been like, hold that thought, and then off he goes. But even then, probably not. He would probably just find her later. So he does. He finds her later, and they talk. And basically, he underlines what Rachel said, which is that people can read the Bible and be really fucking wrong. And also, some of the shit in the Bible was written by men, not God.
Right.
Mostly because God does not have a fucking printing press.
Yeah.
That's a human invention.
God doesn't have to write that shit down.
Yeah.
He has other people to do it for him.
He uses stone tablets. I don't know if you heard.
Yeah.
But it's sort of a big deal. They're too heavy to distribute, though.
Yeah.
So anyway, he sort of points all of that out and then says, so what really, he quotes something in Corinthians. Friend of the show, Scotty Caldwell, could tell us. Jesus is her close personal friend.
Yes.
She could tell us, but I can't. So it's in Corinthians somewhere. And basically he says what it means is the church is us. We decide what the church is. So we can talk about it, but also you could maybe talk to God about it. The way that I see God is he's always knocking at the door, and you just have to be ready to open it. It doesn't...
Open to the conversation.
Open to the conversation.
Which was a really cool way to thread the needle, which is you don't have to believe in anything. You have to be open to curiosity and discussion of it.
Yes.
Like figuring it out for yourself, but you have to be open in order to do that.
And he gives her just enough sort of like gentle comfort energy that without saying, no, your sister isn't in hell, he obviously makes her feel better.
Yeah.
Because
he's good at this.
Because eventually, if somebody tells you no, and it's something they can't know for sure, that no isn't necessarily going to be comforting.
It doesn't really mean anything.
What matters is that she believes that Jane is not in hell, not whether Roger believes it.
Exactly.
So he sort of sets...
More preachers need to get there.
Yes. Jesus. Jesus.
Anyway, Patty.
We could use a lot more Rogers in this current moment in time.
We sure could.
We could use some religious figures who say shit. Although, did you hear that Spike Lee wore a Knicks jersey that said Pope Leo on the back?
Fantastic. Fantastic.
It's so petty. Anyway, the point is, Roger does a great job. And then Fanny
takes it out to the cairn.
She takes it to the cairn.
She's got to have a conversation with Jane.
A cairnversation.
A cairnversation.
She goes to have some casual conversation with her dead sister. And and says, it was an unnecessary scene. And this is one of the places that I would maybe have trimmed to get us some meat in other places. But this kid does a fine job and like, whatever, it's fine. Until the very end. She says, after whatever it is she's saying to Fanny, she says, if you can hear me, would you just send me a sign?
Oh, to Jane. Yes, Jane. Fanny says, if you hear what I'm telling you, like I had this great conversation with Roger and he says you might be okay, but that I have to think about it and whatever. Send me a sign. And everybody who's ever watched Outlander for 8 years goes, oh no. Oh God, what's coming?
I'll tell you what, I can't decide if what I anticipated it was going to be worse or better. I think it could have gone either way.
Yes.
I thought, she saw something in the water and I was like, oh, she's about to find her lace.
Oh,
that's what she's going to find. Yeah. She's going to find her lace. That would have been too on the nose. Poor me. The me of an hour ago.
Past you was like, I wish it would have been the lace.
Yeah. You know what? I think I do. I think I've come around, even though it would have been too on the nose. I wish it was the lace. Instead, she finds a beautiful geode. Well, at least it wasn't like a giant fucking emerald, which is what I thought it was at first.
Like a princess cut emerald just hanging out in the stream.
Oh, sorry. I dropped that out of my butt. Sorry.
Lord John wanders out of the woods. Oh, he's like, there it is. I was wondering where I put that somewhere.
Hold on. Did Jamie invent anal beads?
No. Jamie and Lord John were definitely not the first men to store shit up their butt. We know this to be true. So I don't even need evidence. I just know it's true.
Anyway,
Patty. So she picks up this geode and it's so pretty. And we're like, oh, lovely. She got a little note from Jane. And then all of a sudden she's like, oh, it's hot.
And then there's buzzing.
And we're like, oh,
there was some discussion in the chat of how would she hear the stones? There aren't any stones near her. We would know, which is true. We would know, right? Mm-hmm. First of all, they've had to travel very far to get to the fucking stones from Fraser's Ridge in the past. Second, like Claire and Bree and Roger and both of the Mackenzie kids.
Everybody but Jamie basically on this show now is a time traveler.
So many time travelers. One of them would have noticed. So Buck, right? But more importantly, like, it's just stupid. Like, we don't need to know she's a fucking time traveler. She's not going to travel in time. That's not information that we need.
Well,
she's not going to fucking travel in time.
No, I know she's not going to travel in time in this story.
Oh, you mean for the spinoff?
You know what? For whatever. Like,
for Fanny Solves Crimes.
After Blood in My Blood, I know. They know what they have. The stars, the producers, everything, they know with this property that if they can keep it going, they're always going to have an audience.
You know what? They can keep it going. There's a very simple formula. There's Lord John, there's crimes.
I know. We've been asking.
Like, if you want to give the people what they want is, I'll be very clear, Lord John solves crimes.
Solving crimes.
Or Lord John...
just Lord John
runs a seaside hotel.
Oh my God.
I don't know. My brain just went to fucking By the Sea from Sweeney Todd, but I was just like,
or like Newhart, except in Savannah, like he runs a B&B.
Yeah. Or maybe he could open a veterinary practice.
Oh my God.
Lord John saves dogs.
Anyway, Fanny. She's a time traveler.
She's a time traveler. Then it fucking gets too hot and she drops it. It's stupid. But it also means if they're going to commit to this, fourth dad. Because if the lore on the show is the reason that Jemmy and Mandy are like, oh, hot, cool. Remember?
Yeah, because they're double time travelers.
It's because they're double. Time travelers. They got the time traveler sauce and the time traveler egg. They got the time traveler oof and the time traveler hollandaise. And so shit buzzes and gets warm and cold and they get weird psychic baby connection. Right?
Right.
So if that is what gets the thing to happen, then
and it breaks in her hand.
Yeah. Then that means that Faith must have been married to // fucking another time traveler.
Yep.
And that is stupid. stupid. I do not care. I do not care. I do not care. Don't Jax tattoo me at the 11th hour.
All right, that's a wrap on Fanny and Roger. You guys, please don't prove us correct and have Fanny time traveling spinoff.
Unless she's solving crimes.
I will say that my idea about her time traveling spinoff was a little bit different. She's got to go through history rewriting misogynist wrongs. Because we already see she's a feminist.
This is great. She could recruit the rest of the cast of Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
And they could travel in time on a spaceship instead of through stones.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I want. I want her to step out of a spaceship and go, whew, that's a lot easier than those standing stones. Or the TARDIS. She comes out of the TARDIS.
She becomes Doctor. Oh, there it is. She becomes Doctor Who. Done. That's it. Y'all know what to do with that. Just go.
I'm trying to figure out how I could sing the Doctor Who theme in a Scottish accent. Here we go. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Bun. Nope, that's not good.
Whatever. The do does it.
Do.
All right.
Oh, hold on. That was X-Files. I was doing the X-Files theme. Yeah. Hold on. That was the X-Files theme. That's wrong. It would have to be do.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That was the X-Files. I totally thought that was it too. Fucking time travel.
Okay.
All right. Bye, Fanny.
There have been
Bye,
multiple. I'm just saying there have been multiple Scottish doctors. Scotsters. Technically, there's only been one Scottish doctor whose accent was Scottish, but but David Tennant, obviously, also famously Scottish.
Yeah, very.
And hottish. Only not ish.
Just hot.
Just hot. Happy 55th birthday, David Tennant.
Is that today?
You could still get it. Would lick him. No, it was last week.
Oh, well, happy birthday.
Still. Okay. I'm just putting it out there one more time. David Tennant.
I'll lick it.
Call me.
Okay. Jamie. Everything Ridge. We can start with them and the guns.
Yeah,
and the Frank.
It's mostly, this is mostly Revolutionary War related. We have obviously talked at length about Deer's Deadeye, but that's the first part of our Jamie story is Jamie realizes Frank is on the up and up because he's not about to fucking emotionally wound their joint daughter. And the reason why he figures it out is because Bree has this whole monologue about the type of gun that was used in the Revolutionary War and how it helped the rebel cause, or like somebody figured out a modification to a gun and it didn't come until later. It's future gun. Yes. She is bringing future tech into the past. Exactly. So it's like a 19th century gun. And she's like, everybody had these powder loaded muskets that you're complaining about taking forever to reload. But what happened was a new gun got made sometime in the future. It would have made a huge difference here. Yes. Right. That's what she's saying. So we get some really good shots of her with like a compass, right? Like isn't that what that's called? The pivot is a sticky, and then this the thing and it's on an angle and it goes in a circle. Oh, yes, a compass. Yes. I haven't touched one of those motherfuckers in like 30 years. Not since I had to take scenic design in college. Yeah. But she's doing engineer things somewhere. Matches dead in a ditch. They're in the drawer somewhere. Yeah. Nobody cares. There's like, matches. Get back whatever. To me. Can you please work on hot water, please? Can you please do guns now? Can we do plumbing? No. Never mind the plumbing guns. Yeah. Brianna is apparently single-handedly responsible for the arrival of semi-automatic weaponry in the United States. It's her fault we're like this. Yeah. Thanks, Brianna. Thanks for nothing. Yeah. Anyway, I will say she looks extremely hot whilst fucking around with large guns. Yeah. There's in particular, there's a look that she's wearing when they're first unpacking the guns, I think. That's like a vest that looks like it's maybe a man's vest, but but it's obviously tailored to her. And then she's wearing a neck cloth that looks kind of like a necktie. And I think that's the second time she's done the necktie looking cravat thing. I agree. It's cool. But it's the masculine influence in her wardrobe this season is great. And it's very flattering to Sophie Skelton. Yeah. She looks sensational. Yeah. She is also great in every scene we get her in this episode. So like Sophie Skelton, way to go, bud.
So they're unloading the wagon. Something about Bree being able to shoot something.
Mm-hmm.
Jamie's like, oh, she's got great aim. She blah, blah, blah. And Roger says, do you think it's nature or nurture? Like, and then at some point, Roger says, well, it could be a little bit of both because, you know, Frank was teaching her this stuff. And then all of a sudden, Jamie has a fucking light bulb moment. Do-do-do-do-do. And he goes back to the book and realizes he and Claire have this great scene on the porch.
She at some point somebody uses the name Deadeye.
That's right.
And Jamie says Frank called you Deadeye is you, and she
Didn't
says
Roger
yes.
say that? Like
Something like that.
he
yeah.
called her his little Deadeye or
Yeah.
something. Mm-hmm.
So then he goes to Claire, you will not believe it.
Let's have a minute.
You can never believe it. Frank, not an arsehole. He's not trying to kill me.
He's trying to warn me.
But basically, they both get with the program and realize that this book is a warning, and he's doing it for Brianna. And then Jamie has there's a nice moment where he says, you know, I used to pray for him because I needed him to care for you and Brianna, so I needed God to care for him. Mm-hmm. And now maybe this is his way of doing the
Praying
reverse,
for me.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Like he's looking out for me so that I can look out for you and Brianna.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
It is a good scene. And Sam, always an attractive man, but kind of extra hot here.
This is the hottest that he has looked in seasons.
He looks really good in this whole episode.
They're not even really trying to make him look hot. I think that's part of it. It's not, he doesn't look like a cover of a romance novel. He just looks like a man. Mm-hmm. And I like that the wig is more blonde. Like it looks like he's been spending a lot of time outdoors, you know? And we see some slutty little glasses.
Oh, yeah.
He wears a beautiful leather
vest or doublet or something
that has a like one of those standy-uppy collars. And then there's beading on the collar and
several
on the
pieces.
lapels.
Yeah, he has several pieces in this episode that have these collar beads, or
they're beautiful,
and it's just like how much time was spent there.
Yeah.
But yeah, he gives Claire this look that's very like, we've been married for 40 years and I still would, you know. It's very cute, and he's looking real good. So then, if we're staying in this part of the storyline and not bringing Willie into it yet so much, we have the kind of mini montage, 2 little bits of Brianna making the new guns.
And Jamie training his new militia.
With
Roger and Buck, especially Buck, which this would be a good time to throw in the one little Buck story too.
Yeah.
Which is we get a very welcome flashback.
This flashback, we can have more like this.
Because it's not really a flash. It's for us, it's not a flashback, right? But we see before Buck came back to the past. He apparently, he tells us what happened. And there's a good little scene with Roger where he's like, so after we parted ways, I went back to try to fuck my mom. That's not what he says. But I'm just saying, in the book, it is definitely implied that he was like, sorry, I got to go fuck myself out of existence. And here he says, I think that Dougal thought I was there
for romantic
to lay
reasons,
some pipe.
Right. Yeah.
And I think Galis thought the same thing. And then you're just like, oh, she hit on you so bad, didn't she? Whoops. But he seems sort of disturbed, but like got to know his parents,
I guess.
Weird, right?
Yeah.
Then he goes through the stones to try to find
Rob Cameron.
First Morag Mackenzie.
Oh, okay.
And then says, I was right. She was better off without me. So presumably she has remarried or something. So then he went to the stones and decided to let the stones take him where they thought he needed to be.
Right.
Which was the 80s, where he fucking murdered the hell out of Rob Cameron. And Julie, what sound did it make when he murdered the hell out of Rob Cameron?
In Twist Up.
It's great. It's a knife fight. First of all, we get an excellent shot of Rob Cameron
not dressing right,
wearing a tricorn hat, a very long coat thing.
He's trying his best, but it's not good.
And his like work khakis, and he is not pulling it off, and it is very funny. This is what happens when amateurs costume themselves.
And somebody mentioned maybe in the chat that might have been the Never My Love house, but it was very clearly like a mid-century modern setup, the fucking panel walls, whatever. Knock, knock, knock on the door, open it up. It's your worst nightmare, Rob Cameron. It's a man who's fully 2 feet larger than you. Here to just headbutt you first. And ask questions later.
A lot of love for 2 very small children that you straight up terrorized.
Right. And so it's over, buddy.
He says, I owe Roger McKenzie a life. Yours'll do.
Yours'll do.
Oh, it's good. But also, listen, that man let his beard be brushed with a Barbie brush. Do you really think he's not about to fuck you up? That man is a big softie, and that makes him very dangerous. We know this because we know his bloodline. One of the only instances in this season where I'm like, yeah, I'm glad they're related.
Yeah.
Instead of being like, please just... not everybody has to be secret related to each other. This isn't a secret. No. This is just straight up Dougal's son, which makes him Jamie's cousin.
Yes.
Right?
And Roger's like great grandfather or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he is straight up Jamie's first cousin.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And the blood runs true.
Yeah, man. Dougal's got some strong hollandaise. You know what I mean?
He does. And this is also Galis McKenzie's kid.
Oh, yeah.
Right? This is a murderous motherfucker.
Yeah.
And he walks in, and Rob Cameron picks up a knife and just starts swiping at it with him. And he's just like, nope, got it. And then grabs him and just sort of like over the tops him.
Yeah.
And until that night, and you can see Rob Cameron going, no, please, no. And then he just,
and we're like, and we're all like, yes. Bye, Rob Cameron.
And then
he goes through the shit.
No. And then he takes his hat.
He does take the hat.
And the hat looks better on him.
Yes, it does.
And that was the unkindest cut of all. And that's a wrap on Double Barrel Cameron.
Bye.
Thank you for wrapping up that storyline. Anyway, so then he said, like, stones, take me where I need to be. And they said, go hang out with your family. And I am so glad.
He did have the presence of mind to take the fucking time traveling manual with him.
Because he said he followed Rob Cameron and watched him buy a gemstone. Mm-hmm. And then he's like, no. Mine. And then he gets to travel through the stone. So apparently it exploded like Fanny picked it up out of the water.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Buck is there. Buck is helping with militia training. Militia training seems to be going along pretty smoothly. They're improving. They're learning things. They're throwing knives. They're loading guns. They're shooting apples.
And then Brianna's
they're running up hills.
Hey, Dad, come look at this. Come here, Dad. Come here. And they go down the hill and they set up a little target practice. They've got a log set up and 3 apples set on it. We're going to do some We're going to do some target practice. And we already know that both Jamie and Brianna are really good at this. So she's like, who wants to time us? So she's got one gun.
Do you want to race?
Yeah. Do you want to race? Who's going to time us? Okay. I got the gun that I've been working on. Dad, you got your gun. You ready? Okay, go. And they start loading it. And it literally takes Brianna maybe 2 seconds. Jamie, by the time she is putting it up to her shoulder to shoot, Jamie is just now like packing his powder.
Yeah, he's got the weird gun plunger and he's doing that.
Just now packing his
powder.
And
Brianna is like, bye, apple. What a waste of an apple.
Yeah, and she exploded it. And then Jamie is fucking just bowled over. He's like, what? And she's like, don't worry about it. I have time to make more. And he's just like, this is excellent news. Just like that one time. So many more people will die.
Yeah. It is giving like, oh, thank God, more carnage.
A little bit.
But basically he's like, yeah, this seems like this is going to be an advantage. Yeah.
And then he follows that up though with, my daughter is a genius.
Well, Roger says, my wife is a genius.
And
Jamie goes, yeah, that's my daughter.
My daughter is a genius. So at least we do have a little bit of an appreciation for a lady who's getting some shit done here in the world of arms and armaments.
The only other updates in this realm of the story are Mr. Whitaker, Elijah Whitaker? Mm-hmm. Whitaker. And some of his friends show up. You will remember him as being the escaped slave. They say that, right? Or or freeman.
Free man, I think.
So escaped or freed slave, Black person whose wife was in distress,
right,
and
lives on the ridge and has already kind of formed a friendship with Jamie.
Didn't want to trust, understandably, and then Jamie was like, "My wife will help. I promise you." No
and
trouble.
then also came back to tell Jamie about the militia that was coming for him. So they're tight.
He shows up and I have one other note.
Yeah.
They should have changed Ferguson's name, because every time they sit in this episode, they said Ferguson. It sounded like Fergus in or Fergus and, because I started the episode thinking about Fergus.
Right.
I didn't have that problem until this episode, because Fergus and Ferguson, it's fine.
Fergus on the mind right now, though.
Yeah, but we've been thinking about Fergus. So then I was like, just please fucking call him Benjamin.
Yeah, something else.
Like, come on, whatever his fucking name is, let's find a different name.
So this is the guy that we've been hearing about for a while, who's a real pisser.
He's the new Browntown.
Yeah, he's going to be bad news.
He's filling that role of like, I'm your menacing neighbor.
Yeah, and he's just not going to be good.
Yes.
No, this isn't the Cleveland guy. This is the dude who's coming.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. So we've heard tell about this guy, just little peppers throughout. Like, Ferguson is this, he's doing this, he's rampaging, like he's just going to be a bad guy.
Yes.
And Whitaker's like, they found us and chased our families deeper into the woods.
They burned an entire Freeman settlement.
Yes.
And so we hid our family deeper in the woods, and we're here
to fight with you.
Yeah, if you'll have us. And Jamie is like,
fuck yeah.
Hell yeah. Which I think means that Jamie was the first person in American history to integrate a militia.
Like, okay.
Wow.
Thanks, Jamie. And we'll get to Willie, but Willie is standing there, and his look of like, whoa.
Yeah, we will. Willie has better scenes in this episode, but the unbelievably delicious moment, the second of this Ron Moore's sick burns of this episode, is when
Jamie introduces Whitaker to Willie.
And Willie says, "Your servant, sir." And Whitaker says, "I highly doubt that." Or something like that.
And it's just like,
somehow I doubt that. And you're just like, oh, that's good shit.
He's right.
Oh, that's really good shit. But also, Willie seems to be sincere in his greeting, and then he's like, what? Huh? Like, he doesn't quite get it. Which, bless his little heart.
Yeah. He's going to learn.
You know what? Let's hope he doesn't. Let's hope that this very special daddy-son bonding time that they're having, coinciding with Jamie being demonstrably not a fucking racist, means that we'll be pointing poor old Willie.
I was going to say, it's a little bit too far away, but wouldn't it be something if... Well, let's just go ahead and make him a fucking time traveler. I'm just going to put on my little foil hat right now and say Willie's a time traveler. Yes, I know that his father is not, but that does not stop anyone else on this show from being a time traveler.
That would mean what's-her-face would have to be a time traveler.
Fine. She would never have known in her life, so whatever. Let's say Willie's a time traveler and he gets radicalized on his father's militia, and then he fucking Bree and Claire sit him down and are like, oh, you travel in time too? Here's your chance. And they tell him about the Civil War, and he goes forth in time and he's John Brown. Oh. See, that would be fun, you guys. But no, I mean, that's too far outside of the tale. I just thought of it. Like, this is the moment where Willie learns something about class hierarchy and it drives him crazy.
What if Bree is like, here's all the shit that's going to happen. And Willie is like, okay, what if I turncoat and then become a Democratic Republican so that when Congress actually forms, I can run for Congress and then be like, listen, hey, Thomas Jefferson, you're doing some good, but slavery is fucking bogus, man.
We gotta go.
Can we not?
Yeah.
Can we just not already? Not? Can we not? And
Thomas Jefferson is like,
because he's so charming and such a looker, everyone's going to be like, okay,
he's right.
Okay, girl. And then there's no more slavery.
I just don't see it happening.
Yeah.
Anyway, so now is that kind of wraps up the malicious shit because we see Jamie training them or leading them through maneuvers.
At the very end, before we get our cliffhanger, the actual your creepy neighbor
Cleveland shows up
and is like, hey, it's time.
Mm-hmm.
And Jamie's like, that seems bad.
Or was that in the next time on?
Can't remember. One or the other.
We know it's coming. We know he's going to be having to fight with the guys he hates. And also Ferguson is out there somewhere. Turd Ferguson is making his way towards the fucking ridge.
But at least now they've got more people and
more training.
And Whitaker seems to know his fucking business.
Yes. And Bree is sitting down to make another 10 of those guns.
I cannot wait till she starts assembling logs into big chains and then puts them around wagon wheels and makes the first tank.
Yes. I really hope I see it. I really hope I see it.
Oh, wooden tank. I guess a wooden tank is just a Trojan horse.
Kind of. Yeah. I bet they did have things that were built like that didn't necessarily have the horse head on them, but were big traveling things like that.
Yeah.
And I wonder if it was strips of no, now we're getting into historical armaments. I got to move on.
We're getting into Revolutionary War era Mad Max.
Yeah. Okay, so
who runs Botetown?
That's Jamie minus Willie on the ridge.
Yes.
Now let's get into the Willie shit, and this will pick up a whole bunch of Jamie shit too.
It will pick up
a lot of Jamie.
Basically, we've got some emotional holdover from last week. But Willie, rather than stomping off to the nearest brothel, where I thought he might be, guess not brothel anymore, tavern. I assumed he was going to go get wasted. Mm-hmm. Lord John was like, he'll go to Mount Josiah. And then apparently he did, which if you're really mad at your daddy, maybe you wouldn't go to his creepy plantation. Mm-hmm. Not that it's creepy, but it's still a plantation, so it's pretty creepy.
It's creepy.
Maybe instead, you would go see your other dad, but not really, because you're definitely there to talk to your sister.
You're there to talk to Sissy.
You don't want to talk to your dad at all. No, who said that? You did. What?
That you is are perfect. What you are.
He shows up, and you can tell that his desire to talk to Brianna is sincere.
Yeah.
But first of all, great surprise entrance. I was so excited. Second, Julie absolutely called it that he was there to talk to Brianna before Willie actually said that. But it's so nice to see him greet Claire happily and greet Fanny very happily.
Oh, yeah. And Fanny is very excited he's there.
It's extremely charming. And then Jamie comes out and the atmosphere gets chillier, but it's not outright hostile like it becomes later.
Is it like how chilly would you say? Like Chilly Willy?
It is like Chilly Willy.
Okay. That is a joke for really old people. I hope you all very much enjoy it. Okay.
So we get a great scene with Willie talking to Bree, where she's in peak big sis mode.
Oh yeah. Oh well, she's ramping up to peak big sis because when she throws him under the bus in front of Dad,
she's speed running the big sis relationship.
Yes, she is.
And starts by being good big sis in the I'm an adult sense. And then instead later is good big sense in the you're a child sense.
Yeah, you're going to get it.
So basically first she's like, I can see why that would be upsetting. He does not say Lord John is a sodomite, which is too bad because Brianna could have been like, so?
So what? He offered to save me one time. You want to hear that story?
He offered to marry me, to be engaged to me specifically to keep other people from proposing to me so that my husband could figure his shit out. And also I was knocked up at the time.
Pregnant. Yeah.
So no, I would go, I'm
10 toes down for LJG.
Yeah. Ride or die for LJG. But they're talking about everything else, and he's specifically confiding about Amaranthus, and he feels guilty, but he's also angry. And she's like, well, yeah.
She lied to you.
Yeah, I mean, that's crazy, bro, literally. And they have this very charming conversation, and Willie continues to be like, no, I didn't come here to talk to my dad. No. And then you see a really lovely family dinner scene,
which is so great. It's got the adults at one big table, and then you start to see
a little kids table.
The kids table in the back, which just brought back personal memories forever. But just thinking about how many people are actively in this realm and this family group is very cool.
And that's even without
seeing them together.
There's no Lizzie, there's no Beardsleys. There are more people who could be there.
Yeah.
But it's Rachel and Ian and
Their kids.
their kids are at the kids' table, and including Swifty Lizzie.
Swifty Lizzie.
Swifty Lizzie.
What? Or Swift Lizzie.
Swift Lizzie.
I like Swifty Lizzie.
I like Swifty Liz.
Swifty Liz.
The old Swifty of Liz's. Swiftiest of Lizzie's. Anyway, Swiftest Lizard's another. So we see William talking to Ian and Rachel. That's a really nice scene. He is filling them in on the fact that he ran into Denzel.
And Denzel saved him.
Yes. It's and you can see that that William is A, over it, and B, being genuinely warm with both of them.
Yeah.
To the point where Ian is comfortable being like, hey, stop feeling up my wife, as a joke, and nobody is uncomfortable. It's very nice.
So that wound has been healed.
Buck is there. Roger and Brianna are there. Claire and Jamie are there. It's very nice. There are a number of toasts, including the one that Lord John starts, which is sort of to Ian and Rachel, but also to all of them.
Oh, Willie
starts, yes. It's very charming. And you can see entire time,
Jamie is just like, look at me.
It's one of my favorite, I honestly think one of my favorite Sam acting moments in the entire series. And it really sets the scene for their best scenes, which are still to come. In that it feels like you're watching a rom-com. And I don't mean that in a gross way. No. It's not this isn't like a kiss. It's not that energy. But the way that Ron Moore wrote it and the way that it's directed,
yearning.
You're watching people watch Jamie watch Willie with hard eyes. And it's so warm and wonderful and yearny.
Yes, it's very sweet.
And you can see every once in a while, Willie seems like maybe he's kind of aware of it, but mostly he's not. And it's just Jamie beaming to have his son at the same table as his daughter and these other people that they love. And his other son, right? He also considers Ian a son. And it's just, you can see how much it means to him and how much it means to Claire, that it means that much to him.
Yeah.
It's very good acting. Great little scene. And yet it still gets better. So I can't remember what exactly he gets up in arms about, something, but he's talking to Brianna and Roger, and Jamie is like, hey, he's asking what he can help with. And they're like, nothing,
they're doing the dishes. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they're doing the dishes so that Ian and Rachel can go bone.
Yeah.
Brianna's like, I cannot be the only one pregnant. Marcelly already left. I need another pregnant friend. Please, somebody
impregnate somebody.
Somebody impregnate someone already.
Bye, Ian.
Yeah. Bye, bud. So they run off, and then Jamie fucking sneak attacks Willie and is like, if you really wanted to help,
want to go fishing?
You could go fishing with me and catch tomorrow's supper. And
Willie's like, no, I couldn't.
No. And then Brianna's like, oh, but there's a rule. You see, there's a ridge rule, a super special ridge rule that says that you have to go fishing because you have to guess catches the supper. That's just the rule. Are you going to break the rule? And Jamie is like, come on, Roger, isn't that a rule? And Roger goes, oh yeah. Yeah, it's definitely a rule. And you can see after this wonderful little moment where Willie says he wanted to come talk to Brianna in their earlier scene because she's the only member of his family who's never betrayed him. And you can see her go that's sweet, but you are a moron.
Get it together.
The face that Sophie Skelton puts on is very you idiot. I do love you, but Jesus, get it together.
Grow up.
Anyway, you can see it's totally nonverbal, but you can see on his face that he's like, oh, you betrayed me too, huh? Without being you can't really be mad about it because it's so goofy and honest. And oh my God, it's because Ronald Moore is fucking writing it. They're human beings. They're human beings.
And it's funny. We love it when it's the little funny.
It's just let Outlander be funny and let them be people. They can be more than one thing. No, you can tell when writing and acting both are bad if someone is only playing one emotion and that's all they're playing.
Yeah.
Because that's not how people function.
No.
Part of what makes that dinner scene so great is that Jamie is so joyful, but it's also a little bit sad.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's great. It's so
we're
good.
happy to see Willie here.
And we're happy to have the writing for these characters be so good. Because it hasn't always, but this episode, great. All bangers.
Oh, we're getting
no
to
skips.
the big bangs.
So first we've got fishing, which starts cute and there's bantering. There's a fish story. I love a fish.
Yeah.
Oh, you caught 10 trout there? Well, I caught 12. 2 dozen. No, by my honor, 2 dozen trout. And they're just talking about this Hellwater place, and you can see it pays off really well in the final scene. Mm-hmm. You can see Willie once again sort of reintegrating this person who he knows as a friend of his father's, who is also James Fraser, noted Scottish rebel, to the memory of this groom. You can see like the beginnings of that connection reforging, even if he doesn't know that's what it is. And then he says, if you don't believe me about the fish, you can ask my father.
I don't have a father.
And you can see him be sad. And then Jamie is like, all right, did something happen with you and Lord John? Did you want to tell me?
Private nature that everybody says the same thing.
Yeah. And then Willie is like, yeah, I found out that he's a sodomite. And
Jamie's like, oh no, man.
Okay. I can tell that this is about to be complicated, but granted, I was also pretty mad when I found that out, because I suck sometimes. So let me just give it a minute. And when he finally is like, okay, so, he did love you for decades and gave you everything he had. And Willie is like, oh yeah, were you fucking him?
Yes, like right away. Dude, like, he doesn't even wait.
No.
And Jamie's like, you know what that reminded? His response reminded me of, do you want to rephrase that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
His response was like, you probably shouldn't have said that to me. You know?
Yeah. Well, no, that's not true. A of all. B of all, maybe don't be such a dick.
Yeah.
And then Willie is like, fight.
And flounces out of a river.
Splash,
I've never
splash,
seen
splash, splash.
flounce out of a creek like that. This guy can flounce.
So then we get another banger of a scene. Charles Vandervaart killing it this episode.
This season, frankly.
Yes, agreed. But this episode is my favorite Willie episode so far.
Oh, yeah.
None.
No question. Well, it's got the best shit in it.
Yes. So he's grumpily packing up his horse like,
I'm going away.
And Claire's like, okay, were you really going to leave without saying goodbye? And she comes out just already. The gloves are off. And Willie is like, I should never have come here. It was an impulsive, stupid decision. She's like, impulsive? It takes like 2 months to get here.
Yeah.
You impulsively got here?
Could have turned around.
Like you rode that horse a long ways.
So what do you want?
Well, this isn't like you didn't buy a pack of gum in the checkout line. This
you
isn't
weren't like Julie last week when she bought a little thing of lotion and then decided she didn't like it and was like, fuck this, and threw it away.
It's not like every once in a while when I go through the checkout line and I'm like, ooh, a special issue of Entertainment Weekly. Not anymore, RIP print edition, but a special issue of, oh, look, is that Charlie XCX on the cover of Vogue or whatever? And then I'll just be like, I'm going to definitely read this magazine. Never once have I actually read that magazine. It's not true. I have read quite a few issues of Vogue in my day, and almost all of them were impulsively purchased in the checkout.
Mine are almost always at the airport.
Oh, airport. Yep.
So
anyway,
fucking Willie sasses Claire, and Claire is not here for that.
And she, in the politest way possible, it's like, get your shit together. This is war. People fucking die and you're aware of it. So are you telling me that you want your last interaction, epic mother figure guilt trip?
Oh, yeah.
She's correct, but also, you want your last conversation with your father to be, fine, you're not my real dad anyway. Splash, 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 splash.
You want him to be that. You want that to be his last memory of you flouncing.
Oh, it's great. It's a great scene. And it leads to, it is not the most moving scene of the episode, but it is my favorite scene of the episode, where it's the aforementioned Whittaker scene, right? Mm-hmm. The button on that episode when Jamie is about to trounce off with the rest of his militia to go keep training them is he's walking away and Willie goes, will you come to my cottage this summer?
Is that like, a heated rivalry joke?
It is. He goes, hunting.
We can go
hunting. Do you hunt? We should go hunting.
in the forest. In the forest.
In the forest. We could hunt.
Why did I say forest?
Why do I keep saying forest so much? It is
Charles Vandervaart.
Endearing.
You did really good.
Like so endearing. And again, like that earlier scene, like it's a rom-com.
Mm-hmm. Like he's fucking what's his fuck. Come on, British dude that stumbles over words, but famous.
Which one? Hugh Grant?
Yes, Hugh Grant.
Oh yeah, early days Hugh Grant.
Yes, like we're going to the hunting forest.
Colin Firth has also done a lot of that. The British,
not sure. Forest.
I'm once again asking anyone who cares to please let Andrew Garfield play someone who isn't an American in a movie, because his British accent is so sexy and his American accent is so good that people forget, and he's just fucking playing in American movies all the time. Cast the man in a British movie.
He's got a Melanie Linsky problem.
He does have a Melanie Linsky problem.
Nobody would ever know she wasn't
when
American.
That accent's too good.
Mm-hmm.
When that accent's too good.
It's really good. Anyway, Patty.
You know what? Reverse, speaking of heated rivalry, Reverse is, we'll call it a Connor Story problem. It's also the guy who played Sark, I think was his name, in Alias, where the accent that's not yours, that when you are American is... because he's American, not Canadian, even though the show's Canadian, is so good that it becomes disorienting to watch you speak in your normal voice.
Right. And people don't trust it, or like what?
Or like it's just really because Connor Story and Heated Rivalry, his Russian accent is so good that people who speak Russian speak it to him, and then he can't understand them.
And they're like, he lied to me.
Yeah. He also has dialogue in Russian that is apparently very well delivered, but he did not speak Russian before making the show. And then like his accent is so good that it is disorienting to watch him speak without it. It's very, very good. Which is, yes, it's the exact same problem. It's just different experience for us because we're Americans. So it's opposite.
Yes.
It's what the Brits would experience about Andrew Garfield always playing Americans.
Yes.
Anyway, so it's great,
cute,
is what I'm saying. Let Andrew Garfield do that shit more often. Back to Charles Vandervaart. He's so charming.
It's
and
very
then
sweet.
The writing is great. Jamie is like, obviously, again, Sam Heughan fucking killing it. Incredibly charmed, touched,
maybe gonna cry a little bit when he turns around.
A little like nervous,
yeah,
but also like overjoyed, like cannot believe his good fortune. And that's a different emotion than this is incredibly charming, right? There's, oh my God,
I get a chance.
He came back. This has never happened. Like this, it's usually, I wait for him to come to me. He blows up, he goes away. This feels like progress, and all of that is baked into his response. At the end of which he says, "We'll go hunting in the forest."
What a dad thing to do.
And then making that the title of the episode.
Perfect.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Thank you, Outlander, for that.
So then they go hunting and they fucking kill Oswald.
They killed Oswald, man.
I mean, it's not obviously Oswald's footage is clearly Scotland.
Yes, he doesn't live here. He lives in Scotland.
But like his cousin or something. It's disrespectful.
Yeah. And I kind of feel like it was meant for us.
Yeah, like rude.
Like, okay. But he does just bring down like a 12-point buck like right away.
Hold on.
Jamie style.
It's a 2-bev episode.
Yes. Well, mine was like 2 of yours, so I feel I'm float.
We are once again drinking our drugs. Julie consumed or is consuming a can of heirloom root beer. That's AYRLOOM. And it's a tenor.
It says 5
CBD. 10 THC.
I see. Okay. Anyway, it's very good.
I am on my second can of Wink with a Y. Why so many Ys? Why there gotta be Ys?
Weed.
Wild. Anyway, the first one was juicy mango, and this one is the tangerine.
Those are all really good because they just taste like fizzy water. But I really like that tangerine one. Okay. Anyway, so they go hunting in the forest, and Jamie drops a buck like
kills
right
Oswald.
away.
Yep.
Like right away.
And you can see in Charles Vandervaart's face the grin of a kid who thought that this man who he thought of as Mac was just the fucking coolest, right?
Yes.
Like there's this touch of hero worship that you can see him
so mild.
Come to the surface of all of this other shit that's on top of it.
Exactly.
It's a wonderful moment. And then we cut to Jamie is doing a blessing over the deer, and Willie is kind of watching and fascinated in like a make me a stinking papist kind of way, right? And then Jamie gets up and is like, "Oh, do you expect me to dress it?" It's like
open it up, clean it. Yeah.
Because I thought you wanted to go hunting, kid. Come on,
your turn. Roll up them sleeves, bitch.
And then Willie just word vomits all of his fucking fifis.
Yes.
Like, it's a very, only sad, right?
Yeah.
He's like,
he's got to get it out.
Basically is like, I loved you and you left me. Like, the root of all of this shit, beyond being lied to as an adult, is, which he clearly, at least with Jamie, has sort of come to terms with why he did that, right? And they had their let's go rescue Jane and got to watch him like show up for him and do the things that he needed him to do. So even though he clearly still has a problem with it, he has gotten to the point where that's a mild enough pain, or at least a settled enough pain.
He's growing.
That the root of all of it can come out.
Has been discovered. Yes.
You were there and I didn't know who you were, but the person I knew I loved and was so important to me. And when you left, it broke my heart and you didn't even look back.
Right.
And you can see how this boy who was I'm getting a little emotional, who was presumably pretty lonely as a kid.
Yeah.
Who didn't have parents.
Right.
Could find himself so enamored of this father figure who he didn't know who his father, who didn't know who was his father, who treated him like an adult.
That's what he said. You never treated me like a child.
Right? Which
kids love that shit, man.
Well, it's especially when it's a kid you don't have a relationship with. Imagine all of the people deferring to him. Imagine all the people who stop talking when he comes in a room.
Right.
Right? Like, because he's orphaned and because it's suspicious and the marriage was weird and there was drama, right? Like the bait and the gun and like all of that shit, right? Like he was probably whispered about his entire childhood and was clearly lonely, and then had Mac. And then when Mac left, that's when Lord John and Isabella got married. And so then he had a family. But before that, it was just this guy.
Yeah.
And then he left.
And never looked at him again.
And then he found out that this man that he loved, who left him, who he didn't understand who it was his fucking father. So then it's that his father lied to him and left him. And it's so well acted. And then the fucking response.
Oh, Jamie.
It's one of my favorite Sam acting moments we've ever had.
I think it's in my top 5 for sure, this scene. He was so good.
First of all, his response to the first part of the apology is just, you don't need to apologize. We don't ever need to talk about it again. And Willie is like, no, actually, I do have to apologize. So please listen to me. And you can see him being like, okay, you didn't actually have to apologize to me, but yes, I forgive you. And you can see him sort of accept that instead of
pushing
his own needs away to focus on the needs of this other person. Jamie does a lot of that, right? Where you can see him accept the apology, like really accept it.
Internalize it all the way down.
Right? And then forgive him for the thing that he's apologizing for, even though that's him saying, okay, I would have let my hurt not matter, but you are saying that my hurt matters. And so I will acknowledge it too. It's great. Then after that wonderful moment, when you can see they keep cutting to him to show what a hard time he's having listening to it. And then when he actually apologizes, it's so brutal because you can tell that Jamie knew he was hurting this kid when he left, but hoping that it didn't hurt for very long because it was the right thing to do for him. Right.
He was protecting him.
You can tell he would do it again.
Yeah.
But knowing that hurt lingered, and knowing that this thing that he wanted to do was also what this kid wanted him to do. It's hard. It's like, it's still like really beautiful, and obviously it's progress, but you can see them both dealing with a lot of pain. Oh,
it was well done. So kudos, gentlemen.
Yes.
And then the topper, dude, at the end, when they come to their newfound kind of shared respect and trust, they hug. And Charles Vandervaart's just crying. And it's a lovely moment.
Again, romantic. It's filmed, like, it's not gauzy, right? Or like gently lit or whatever, but I guess it's like accounting for the delicacy and power of feelings and memories and the bonds between people, and giving that incredible weight, and then letting those actors cook. Like, it's just really, it was very well done. It was very beautifully executed, and it made all previous Willie missteps totally worth it for me. And there are some scenes that we maybe didn't need, and maybe he has whined a lot, but the whining is in character and hilarious and hilarious. And now we get actual growth. Yeah. So now he needs to apologize to his other dad.
Yeah. Now he needs to go back and say some words to Lord John Grey. Speaking of, let's pivot.
That was one of the things that Jamie said that I really appreciated, where he was like, well, his private life is private, and I'm not going to defend or condemn it. It's his private life.
Yeah.
And he's the best person I've ever known. And he fucked my wife. So I'm telling the truth. Have I mentioned that he fucked my wife?
Did he say, did Willie ask if Brianna knew or if Claire knew about Lord John?
I don't think so.
Okay. I can't remember if that happened or not. Anyway. So
I wish he had, because then Jamie would have been like, yeah.
So?
Yes, of course they do.
Yeah. So what?
Yeah. Like, why didn't anyone tell me? Because they knew you'd react like this. But come on.
Yeah.
Also, have you considered you might be bisexual?
What?
Do I ship Dr. Denny and Willie? I think maybe I do.
Oh my God. You guys heard it here first.
I ship it.
Speaking of Dr. Denny, I have a feeling that in our final plot line we're going to discuss today, he may in the future appear.
I sure hope so.
Because he seems to be the only angel that can get people out of Savannah. So Lord John is in his beautiful study in Savannah, and Amaranthus comes in. She's worried about Willie. Where's Willie? Where's Willie? He's been gone for too long, blah, 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 blah. And Lord John's like, yeah. He probably went to, what's the name of the other property?
Mount Josiah.
Yeah, Mount Josiah. He's probably just working it out, whatever. And she's like, are you sure? He was betrayed. I betrayed him. And you see Lord John just roll his eyes like a turkey. Like, oh, God, okay. And he's like, we also had words. It was of a private manner. And he too is very angry at me. So he might be gone for a little while. This is like, he does this, kind of. And so she kind of lets it go.
He's very honorable, but he's also very compassionate. And I think that means forgiving. So stay tuned. But also, he just met again with a long lost friend in a beautiful apron. And he has such shiny hair.
So he kind of sloughs it off. And then she comes back later with a letter for him.
Yeah.
And this time she's wearing the armor.
Yeah.
Her armor is back on. So you can tell that she's getting nervous.
Yes. But Lord John opens the letter, and it's from Percy. Sorry I dipped when we were making out and your kid walked in. Beecham. And he says, come quick. I found Bichardson. So Lord John scampers along, and Percy comes in and is like, oh God, I need a drink, and starts drinking. And you think it's, oh, well, we made out and your kid walked in on us. No, it's, oh, by the way,
I betrayed you.
Betraying your ass.
And then Bichard's in there. And he hits him with a gun.
And Lord John passes out or gets knocked out. And
now it's a cliffhanger.
They had better not harm a hair on that perfect head.
That's why I really believe that Denny is going to make a reappearance.
I will only accept mild eye injuries And that is only because I want the eye patch back.
Yes, only because we know, he still has that shit in his sock drawer.
Oh, he's very practical.
Yeah. He's
There's
never
no
going to get rid of
way-
it. The craftsmanship was simply too good.
It was too good. And it was fitted for him by
him.
the best doctor in the entire world.
What happens if it's the other eye and he has to switch the eye patch around, but it doesn't feel right?
Mistress Fraser.
Does he just ride to the ridge?
I know your husband.
Be like, fix it.
Your husband is still not on speaking terms with me because I gave you an orgasm despite being a gay man. However, I am writing to request that you please make me another medically appropriate fashion eye patch
For the other eye.
the other eye.
A reminder that it's the right eye.
I promise it is not my fault. I had nothing to do with your husband. This time it was somebody else that I wanted to kiss. Only this one.
Anyway.
Kiss me back. And then Willie walked in on it. I'm having a very bad day. Please make me an eye patch.
P.S. eye patch, please. And that's it.
PPS, let me know if you ever want to go again. Don't tell Jamie.
So that's where the episode ends, with Lord John being
Miss your tits, Lord John.
cruelly betrayed.
Yeah.
So Golden Pamplemousse?
Ooh.
I can go on Vandervaart.
Okay. Tell me why, because I think I agree, but I will, as is tradition, pick somebody else so that we can award two.
Got it. So this was an episode that was definitely about father and son relationships kind of throughout, threaded thematically, along with actual practicality, fathers and sons. So we get to see a lot of that, a lot of the kind of healing and thought of like what it means to be a father and a son. What do you owe each other? And this whole series, ever since Willie's been introduced, he's kind of been this son that gets away without the responsibility of like having a relationship with his father that is available to him. He just kind of skirts around it and never really finds it.
Uh-huh.
He knows Lord John is a good man and he loves him, but it doesn't feel like I don't know. It feels like he is learning so much about himself now. And this episode is the first time where I ever think anything he has learned about himself has actually come to fruition, where it has actually touched bottom.
Yeah.
Where it has gone all the way down to the bottom of his personhood and been like, oh, this was a mistake and I need to do better. I need to be better on this. And it is, I love this man and I'm sad that our relationship was interrupted, but I have this chance and I don't want to fuck it up anymore. I've been fucking it up for too long.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's really deep. And I think he played it really well. And not only did he play it really well, he had moments of true levity and like, he's just really good. He's great in this part.
Yeah.
And I know that when he first came on, we were a little bit like, whatever. But now the further he gets away from the whiny shit, the better he gets.
Yes.
And this was him moving one step away from whiny.
And being, without question, the funniest person in this episode.
Yes. And
That's a twist.
that line to walk, because we know that Lord John is funny.
Yeah.
We know that Jamie is funny, but he's not as funny as Lord John. Like
Most of the times that Willie has been funny, it's been us making fun of him for being a whiny bitch baby.
Yeah.
Which isn't to say that that's not Charles Vandervaart also being funny, because I think sometimes it is,
yes,
right?
For sure.
But this was like, that was an actor who knows how to do comedy, delivering a piece of comic writing perfectly.
Yeah. So
Like,
that's mine.
Yes.
Willie, Charles Vandervaart.
I'm going to do mine in a minute, but I had a revelation while you were talking, which is the number of characters in this episode who have two daddies is nuts. Brianna, two daddies. Ian,
Two daddies.
two daddies. Jamie, two daddies. Three, really. Willie, obviously, two daddies. There were more. Roger, two daddies, right?
Yeah.
Because his dad and Reverend Wakefield. Claire had two daddies because there was her dad and then she was raised by her uncle.
That's correct.
I had another one. Lizzie's kids.
They have two daddies.
They have two daddies.
Because we don't know.
I guess Buck doesn't, except for if he was his own daddy.
Oh my God. We're not going there.
Yes.
But does Buck count as maybe a Jimmy and Mandy second daddy too?
Sure. Yeah.
So, see?
A second father figure. Yeah. So it's a lot of double daddies.
That's so many time traveling daddies.
There's a lot of my two dads. A lot of, including, even though emotionally the context is different, but including Fergus, right?
Oh yeah,
because the one, like the other plot overhang here from the last episode.
When we start with the scene talking about guy with two dads,
which is Marsley saying, "I'm going to take the money," which means there's dad,
money dad,
and then there's Jamie, the actual dad. Makes me feel better about the fact that they seem to really invalidate non-biological parental relationships in the last episode. Now, this was maybe a course correction. Anyway, mine, I agree. I think mine, if I were picking first, I would probably have also picked Charles Vandervaart, but I would have been torn between that and Sam Heughan because that's their sort of
all their scenes together were incredible.
3 big scenes together. I guess 4 if you count the fishing invite, but I really think the delivery of that was more about Bree and Roger. So we'll say fishing. Do you want to go hunting this summer?
Hunting, fishing. Do you want to go hunting? And dinner.
And dinner, yes. But like really hunting, fishing, and hunting. Do you want to go fishing? No, fishing. Do you want to go hunting? And hunting are like the 3 big ones. Oh, and then Marsley also two dads because Jamie was her father fucking right. Like Jesus, and 2 moms.
Oh my God.
She also had, because you killed my ma.
Yeah.
Right.
Everybody's got more than one.
I love it.
Something.
It takes a fucking village.
Yeah.
Anyway, I thought that Sam Heughan did some of his best work of the series in this episode.
The hunting scene to me was some of the best.
Like really exciting. And frankly, the dinner scene, even though he was largely nonverbal in that scene,
but it was really effective.
It was
and
wonderful.
Not too much, like just enough. Because if you were on the outside of that, just kind of looking over and you didn't have insight into that human being, you might just think he was just excited that everybody was there. But because you know him, you can see a little bit of like a expectation or something.
It's like,
it's great. It's very subtle.
It's romantic in the I can't take my eyes off of you.
Exactly. It's very subtle, like overlay. And I think he did it very well. He's always been such a actually very good physical actor.
Yes.
A lot of physical comedy. I remember the pool game, how we were laughing about that so much, that he's just really good at physical timing.
Yes.
And physical performance.
And his line delivery timing has gotten a lot better too. But the dinner scene and the hunting scene, and watching all of the nonverbal shit when Willie is trying to get it together to ask him to go hunting.
Yeah.
And the fishing scene was great too. Him defending Lord John, even though he's still mad at him because again, he fucked his wife.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I forgot.
Is really wonderful. But the hunting scene and the dinner scene, those 2, really excellent. With a little honorable mention / series wrap, Golden Pamplemousse
Platinum Pamplemousse.
She's
on the
for
Mount
the great
Rushmore. She's on the fucking Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, I think if you were gonna pick the 4 best performances in Outlander at best point, it would have. I mean, obviously, it would have to be bigger than 4.
I would, if I had to select 4 only from what we've been through so far.
We'll do this at the live show, but I want to know your early ballot.
My early ballot for my top 4 favorite performances and actors on this show
from all of Outlander.
All of Outlander. I'm going to put Lauren Lyle up there because she has done so many different wonderful things, and she's just so real and funny, and like she feels like she would be my fucking friend. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So Marsley, Lauren Lyle, fucking. Murtaugh,
Duncan LaCroix.
Yeah, he's up there, no question.
Yep.
Fucking, we're gonna go Tobias Menzies. Both
double performance,
but really probably Blackjack Randall.
I think Frank.
I love them both. Yeah. Well, I don't love Blackjack, but obviously. I love both performances.
Both performances, yes.
And then 5,
4.
4.
One
That's
more.
right. 4. Oh God, it's very hard pressed to give it to anybody other than Kate. But those 4, I think, all represent values that I espouse in, like, in performance, in ideal of performance, in ease or like joy of performance. Those 4 are my favorites.
So my contributions to the ballot for how we would pick our ultimate 4 as of right now would be Jessica Reynolds playing Melva Christie, would be Laura Donnelly playing Jenny Original Recipe, would be fucking Lottie Verbeek, and her all that crazy ass shit. Some like truly some of the best writing of the series, and some of the worst, and she made all of it work.
Yeah.
And then David Barry.
Yeah.
Obviously, David Barry.
There are a lot of choices for us to narrow it down.
Mark Lewis Jones. Lewis Jones would be in the mix.
I think before the live show, I need to actually sit down with my thoughts and write some notes about this. If we are going to do a Mount Rushmore at the final show, my 4 might change.
Yeah,
because we not by much.
We
I
will
know
eventually.
2 that won't change.
It'll be like a little teaser for when we ultimately do a series wrap up live show further down the road.
Whenever.
But yeah, that'll be a fun thought exercise. Like, who's on your current Mount Rushmore?
Yeah.
Before you go back and revisit the series as a whole, if you were right now pressed to name your 4 best performances in the history of the show. God, there are so many.
I know there are so many.
Like, think about all the great single season characters that we've had. Think of Blake.
I would have to, when it comes down to that, when I sit down with my own thoughts, some more weed, a notepad and a pen, and I really start getting in there to see how I feel about it. My guess is that my 4 are all going to be people that had bigger, longer lasting parts.
Sure.
And that's just because we get to see more of them. But there's Mark Lewis Jones is on there, and I whiffed on that earlier, so I know for sure he's on there.
You know what this calls for?
What?
A fucking bracket.
Oh, Allison, you said it out loud. You said it on mic.
Calls for a fucking bracket.
Oh, Lord.
It's going to be fun. All right.
Okay.
Do you have a costume that you want to shout out?
Yeah, oh my God, that leather vest that Jamie wore.
With the beading and the accents on the back?
The beading on the thing, and then it was stitched together, like the pieces. They were like that. You know how he has the X stitching on his back that kind of echoes his scars? Yeah. It was like little lines of that horizontally, holding the pieces of leather together. I just love all the leather work on the costumes this year, all the accents and larger pieces of leather and stuff. And it's because we're in America now, and this is a easier material to find and make and use. And it's just fucking great.
Yeah. I question the practicality of that beading on a garment that he wears so frequently.
Yeah.
It seems like it would be safe for special occasions, but it was beautiful. So I can't complain that much. I will shout out 2 looks that got worn at the same time, which was Willie's sort of like emerald green vest,
that velvet vest,
like beautiful color, which was nice because his outerwear is usually so drab, unless it's one of those coats. So then to have him sort of peel it off and have this richer color be underneath felt like a really nice costuming choice for this episode. And I'm specifically, that vest was most noticeable in his scene with Claire, where Claire was wearing this amazing top that looked like a denim
work top,
like
almost.
A denim jacket that was styled like a motorcycle jacket, but then the waist came in like it was a top. Like, it really looked both like it was denim and like it was outerwear, and it draped like a motorcycle jacket. It was so cool. The scene was excellent enough that I didn't remark on it out loud, right? Like, we were really focused in. But I kept getting distracted by it because it was so unusual. It sort of reminded me of the early days of the like monkey vest era.
Oh yeah.
Or the season 2 modern influences.
Or the season 6 where she did the monk, kind of the long straight stuff with the big hat after she got the haircut.
Yep. And then and later she got all those military accents. This felt more in line with specifically when the Dior new look was sort of the driving element in her Paris wardrobe.
The shape, using the shapes.
Yeah, using these really modern elements in a familiar language of fashion, right? Like an unfamiliar element in a familiar guise, basically.
Mm-hmm.
But I also loved that Brie menswear look. I just want them to style Brianna like that all the time. It was so good. Her little pregnancy smock was pretty great too.
Yeah.
Although it looked like something that you could buy at Torrid right now. Like,
I bet you can.
God, fucking the clothing they make for fat women. Nobody cares about the tips of your shoulders. Everybody's like, ooh, we wanted to make something more sultry and revealing for a plus size woman. What if we did cutouts at the shoulders?
Oh, I hate
like,
cold shoulder shirts.
Here.
I hate cold shoulder shirts.
Or like, what if they had little ties just everywhere? What if it was floral and knee length? And you're like, just
florals for spring? Groundbreaking.
I found out via Instagram today that, in The Devil Wears Prada, where when Meryl Streep just goes, go, to get the car to leave, go. Apparently that was a stage direction, and then Meryl Streep went to Aline Broshwick and was like, can I say this? I want to say this. She was like, yeah. And it's her favorite moment in the movie when she just goes, go. Ooh, next month at Alamo, they're doing I think it's called Meryl Mania or something, but they're showing a bunch of Meryl Streep movies.
That's awesome.
And some, including some I haven't seen. I think I might go see it.
Cool.
But yeah, anyway, look for, if you have an Alamo Draft House, they're doing Mamma Mia next month. That's all I really care about. Oh my
God. Neil's folks saw Mamma Mia at the Walton Art Center yesterday. They loved it.
On stage or the movie?
On stage.
Mm-hmm. I have not seen it on stage, but I am ride or die for those movies. They are.
I know you've been trying to get me to watch that first one for many years. I know I should. I know it's just fun, frothy fun, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's Meryl Streep drunk. She's just,
I love that.
They're all drunk. You can tell they're all just a little bit drunk the whole time. And I mean that as the biggest compliment I can manage.
Amazing.
It looks, when you're watching it, it looks like people who are just filming a movie as an excuse to have an amazing party.
Yes.
It's great.
All right.
Anyway, it is not a good movie, but it is a great one.
Fun movie.
It's an all-timer for me. Mm-hmm. I will eventually own that on fucking 4K or whatever, and then I will preserve it for the rest of my life as the cultural artifact it is. I will do the same for Mamma Mia 2. Here we go again.
Wow. All right. Well, I don't really have any final thoughts. I'm just glad that episode was better.
Banger. That was a banger.
Let's keep it episode 8. Let's keep this shit going.
One more. Thank you.
You've got 2 left. 2 fucking left.
Next week, script by Diana Gabaldon.
That's right. Okay. We'll see y'all then.
Oh, maybe she'll do a take backsies. Faith is dead.
Maybe Fergus will come rolling up the driveway.
And he'll say, Milo, I have terrible news. Faith truly was dead.
Oh my God. Wouldn't that be amazing though?
Sorry, I scared you. In the fire. R.I.P. King. All right.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Thank you for listening. You can find more information on this and the rest of our shows at podlanderpresents.com. You can also find us on Instagram at PodlanderCast, at Podlander Presents, and at various Instagram handles for our various other shows. Our Instagram and website are wrangled by Amelia Ham on the Loose Bazell. All Podlander Presents programming is produced by Allison Shoemaker, Julie Starbird, and Amelia Ham on the Loose Bazell. Our editor is Chris Barrett. Our artwork is by Viv Pickles, aka Laura, and we are, as always, where you can find all kinds of cool stuff, including access to our Slack, our mostly weekly live watches, early access to episodes, some bonus content, and other fun things. Again, that's patreon.com/Podlander Drunkcast. You can also support us by leaving a review wherever it is that you get your podcasts, Spotify, Apple, wherever. Just give us a little review and we will be so grateful to you. And in addition to all of those wonderful people who do all of those wonderful things, we want to especially thank the following lovely folks who support us on Patreon. Claire, Stacey Aaron Calvert, Sarah Bosshart, Amy Colleen, Holly Robertson, Carr, Emily Rydell Fornander? Hope it's right. Bonnie, not a prince or a douche, just my name. Jessica Brewer, Kristen Bennett, Gwendolyn Wind, Evietta Chapman, Copper 29 Dragons, Mariana Morris, Janine Hassenberg, Ginka Soja, Cindy Ella, Jay Dykey, Catherine Bullard, Vanessa, Rebecca's Gift, Melissa Mendez, Leslie Jamie, Jennifer, Christina Marina, Tara Ross, Victoria Pegg, Aditi Joshi Parker, Mindy Newell, Laura Coach Mama LT, Tracy Stewart, Brenda Haha, Shayna, Diana Spragg, Ashley LaHue, Doc JWS, Just Ducky 215, Karen Shane, Eliza Krakowski, Tanya Rickster, Megan Rich, Kate Snipes, Naomi Beckman-Strauss, Alyssa McGuire, Laura Mahoney, Ashley Winteroth, Midnight Burger, Anna N., Dakota Girl, Margot Mansfield, Snazzy Knack, Lisa Briand, Julia Goulia of the Shreveport Goulias. That's a Midnight Burger joke. Kathleen Martini, Jessie Massey, Taryn, KK, Emily Day, Caitlin Reddick, Katie NJ, Molly, Maria DeVito, Kristen and Emerson, Larissa Malmstat, Freckled Fury, Amelia Ham on the Loose Bazell, Patrick, Liz Peniston, Lindsay, Caitlin Ross, Megan Matthey, Denise Perkins, Monica, Amanda Smazazmzazmza, Lori Johnson, Sarah McElvain, Brittany Hulbert, Amy Gustafson, Rachel Townsend, Meredith Kersey, Amber, Liz, Kelly Mazzella, Mary the Falling Statue, Karen J. Young, Philip Nako, Tara Lucchino, Viv Pickles, Mary of the Grapefruit, Jean Kiesler, Kirsty, Jenna Polkowski, Scotty Caldwell, Ann Gibson, Kristen Flannery, Kate G., Jennifer Grebb, Keenan Caldwell, Dee Crawford, Heather Janoff, Kara Marlowe, Trish McCrary, Julie DuToit, Jen Lynn, Kelly Clark, Queen Elizabeth the Young, Jennifer Moniz, and Kiki the Wise. We all love you very much. Thank you so much for supporting us doing all this premium female content.